Hey parents, are you exhausted at the end of the night because of everything it takes to clean up, prepare dinner, clean up dinner, and everything it takes to run the household? Well, if you are exhausted and you are doing it on your own, if you're cleaning the family room yourself, if you're the only one making dinner, if you're the only one cleaning up dinner, quit robbing from your kids, okay? Quit robbing from your kids the opportunity to serve the family and feel like a contributing member of the family. You see, when we do all of the work around the house, we are treating our kids like honored guests. And quite frankly, our society doesn't need any more honored guests in the home graduating and moving on to society. The kids that leave our home need to walk away knowing how to work, knowing how to clean, knowing how to be a contributing member of the family. You see, when they contribute to the household, they're contributing to something bigger than themselves. They feel a part of it. They feel important. But when we do all the work, we rob them of that. We rob them of that feeling of that they are part of something bigger than themselves. Now, something Dr. Charles Fay said was, if a kid can do it, a kid should do it. If a kid can do it, a kid should do it. You should not be doing all these things alone. Heck, a lot of those things you shouldn't be doing at all if you have kids that are at least in elementary school. They should be doing most of it. Well, how do you start? You've got to sit down with your kids and have a conversation and go through and make a list of everything it takes to run the household. Now, something that my wife and I did is we took that list and we put it on little blocks for a Jenga game. Then we played Jenga, and then we started going through, okay guys, here's everything it takes to run our house. Who wants to pay for the house? Well, I'll give that to dad. Who wants to go grocery store? And we started dividing the blocks for them to actually see everything that takes to run the house. How many times are you feeling passive aggressive because you're doing all these things behind the scenes and your kids have no idea what you're doing and what's going on behind the scenes? Well, again, when you're doing that, you are robbing from them. So sit down, create a list, identify what it takes to run the household, and start dividing the contributions, okay? And then figure out, and you can even figure out as a family if you want what the consequences are gonna be. But I prefer more of my sweet wife and I getting together and saying, hey, here's a list of contributions. When our kids don't do them, we're not gonna nag, we're not gonna remind, we're not gonna chase them around. We're gonna figure out what a consequence could be in that kind of situation, and we'll give it with a whole lot of empathy, okay? And so you've got to create a list, the kids have got to understand the expectations, and the kids need to do more work around the house. I was doing a 3-week contributions, again, chores. Most people call them chores. We call them contributions in our parenting seminars. And there's this sweet mother that said, I never had to do any chores around the house. My mom just gave me the younger sibling and said, hey, just take the younger sibling. I'll clean up. I'll do that. I'll do that. And I said, well, wasn't that your dream as a kid? She said, well, I never felt like it was my home. I never felt that everything was mine because I didn't really work hard and I didn't contribute. And I thought, isn't that interesting? So don't rob your kids. Don't do all the work around the house. Start making lists and start setting some expectations and figuring out some effective consequences when they don't do their contributions. Again, we want our kids walking away thinking, man, how on earth is my family going to function without me? They depend on me so much. Hey, good luck to you, and remember to always return to gratitude.